Hi, I am Ashley Hoskins, and I am doing my new market presentation. Um, so, so I'd like to introduce the company and the country that I got assigned. I got assigned Madagascar and also the company of WAPCO. So basically, this assignment is to explain how the challenges a company would face going into a new country and challenges that the employees would face and how they overcome these different cultural differences. So first, I'd like to talk about WAPCO. So WAPCO is a provider of vehicle safety. It's an American provider of electronic braking, stability, suspension, and transmission automation systems for heavy-duty commercial vehicles. So WAPCO's mission, they have a passion for innovation, global capability, commitment to excellence in execution and engineering heritage. They are uniquely equipped to deliver differentiated results. WABCO leverages innovation, new technologies, and a powerful operational network of local talent to best serve vehicle manufacturers and fleet operators in their own markets. So WABCO's values, they value integrity, respect, and passion for innovation. So with integrity, they say what they do and they keep their commitments. Respect, they value people as individuals and protect their company's assets. Passion for innovation, they encourage bold ideas, creative thinking, and continuous improvement. So I'd like to go into Madagascar's economy. So their main exports are now essentially agricultural and minerals. Their main exports are graphite, chromite, shrimp, coffee, vanilla, and sugar. And their imports, 27% of their total imports are fuel and 20% of imports are capital equipment. Their main import partners are France, China, South Africa, and Singapore. I'd also like to talk about Madagascar's government. So, Madagascar is a democratic republic with a semi presidential system of government, which means executive powers are shared between the president and the prime minister. So, Madagascar is also a multi party state. So, the legislative branch consists of the National Assembly and the Senate. The National Assembly consists of 160 representatives elected from the single member and two member constituencies. The Senate has 33 members, 22 of which are elected by the local community, and the president appoints 11 of those. So, some legal hurdles that they may face are the permits, because all businesses need to get permits for building and work permits for different people. Taxes, because it's a different country, it has different laws they have to abide by. So they'd have to learn like the different currencies and how it affect them. Contracts, because you also need to make sure that you have a working contract and um, how they enforce them with their different law systems. Labor laws, how many hours they work, what the wages, and permission to be in the country itself. Business in Madagascar. The judicial and regulatory barriers deter foreign investment. Entrepreneurial activity is restrained by lack of political will for reform. Setting up a business in Madagascar are costly. Procedures for setting up a business have been simplified, but other regulatory requirements are generally costly. So, the cultural reputation of WAPCO. WAPCO's values go along with the people of Madagascar's beliefs. They also value respect and integrity. Bringing business to Madagascar can bring more jobs to the people. Most families are low income, so there is a high demand for jobs. This can attract more people to urban areas, which can bring more businesses to local businesses, which can boost the economy. Because once you bring in big, huge business and bring more jobs, you can create more money flow into the different cities. So, feasibility of doing business. Doing business in Madagascar might be difficult. WABCO provides an automobile safety and security systems, which means they are looking for a market that relies on vehicle transportation. That's not really the case in Madagascar, though. For every 1,000 people in Madagascar, there was 26 vehicles reported in 2009. So they may have a good workforce in Madagascar, but it wouldn't be a good market to try to sell to. So some possible issues that they may face are lack of skilled workers because their educational system is not the best, and most people drop out of school in order to help with families in the field work. And lack of diversity in the workforce because there's a lot of women who are not in leadership roles. And they also, too, drop out of school to help with families. Possible solutions of these, though. Once they hire employees into WAPCO, they can promote education. They can help people go back to school and learn and help better themselves. They can also give women leadership roles and help train them to become better fit for that role. Which, if you can give benefits to the workers such as health, dental, vision, even though their health care is not the best, if you give them health benefits and all that, you'll create a better quality of life. So if you create a better quality of life, you have to give employees respect. More respect can result in a higher work ethic. Because if they don't have to worry about their problems at home, they're going to be more focused on their work when they're with you. And providing people what they need will benefit you overall. Because again, once I said they want you to help them financially or whatever problems they may have, they will be more focused on their work. So, the plan for success. To become more successful when doing business in Madagascar, WAPCO should wait till the market improves. But if WAPCO did business now, they would introduce different technologies. WAPCO would receive relatively cheap labor in Madagascar. They can give donations to politicians and lawmakers because they can become an influence in the government. So, influencing the government, they give money to large donations to political campaigns. That will they donate to politicians who are most likely to win. And once they get elected into office, you now have that leverage to get them to vote on laws that would most benefit the company. So it's not the most ethical thing to do, but if you look in United States, and I'm sure other countries too, lots of doing that, saying everyone should do it, but that's how companies nowadays get leverage and how it would help better affect them. So we'll talk about culture shocks. A shock that will come to the majority is direct communication. Because Madagascar speaks more indirectly, which is to avoid conflicts, they're going to have to get used to more direct communication. Because when you work, you need to make sure your points are clear and not indirect. So work ethic is also probably higher with people in Madagascar. Their work ethic is probably higher because money is harder to come by. Most are used to hard manual labor. So people who would be interested in WAPCO for job opportunities would be a majority of everyone. women, men, children. But if we hire children, it wouldn't be ethical. So it's more apt that men and women would be hired. But we also got to push for putting women in more political and leadership roles. So foreign employees coming to work to Madagascar, they would have to worry about green cards, different forms of transportation, and language barriers. So not only with the language barriers would they have to try to learn their language a little bit and pay more attention and listen to key words, but they might have to hire translators as well. We'd also have to get used to the currency because it's not the same from the US. So, plan of action for employees. Some things you cannot fully prepare for, but some things that can help employees adapt are mentally preparing yourself for other people's differences. I had trouble with that coming into the college setting because it's a more diverse thing, which is different than going into a different country for business, but the concept still applies. So employees should be willing to learn about others' cultures. Employees should try to come into work with a more positive mindset, and HR should create training and seminars to help integrate the workers together. So I think in order for them to come together, you should create more training and seminars, which I think if you include team bonding skills, you'd be able to make sure each one is willing to work together and communicate more effectively. But on the off times, I think that they should also create different employee gatherings as far as bringing families to these events and integrating everyone together. So you see them each individual outside of their professional setting. And then these are my references. Thank you.